Welcome back, everyone. Joining us now, our good friends, Dr. Teresa Baker and Amarillo Fire Department Public Educator Jason Love. They're here to talk about cold weather safety and what you need to know. Dr. Baker, first off, let's start with the good.
Okay, so babies like fresh air, and mamas really like fresh air.
Yeah.
So it's okay for a baby to go out in cold weather. You just don't want you want to keep the layers nice and close to them. You want to cover their head, cover their little extremities, because they lose a lot of heat from their head. And then you don't want to put a lot of bulk around, especially around their face. And if you're going to worry about the temperature of the baby, you want to feel their little chest and their little back, because their little fingers are going to get cold, and they just don't have the reserve that we have. So you watch them for signs. You know, their little lips will turn blue, or they'll start shivering, or they'll be fussy. And if the baby's fussy, it's just time to go in. But not to put, people want to just snuggle them and put, you know,
layer on layer,
and that's not going to work for you. You want thin layers that you can wrap them close, and then the best is to put them chest to chest with you, like in the little snugglies, so that you can feel how cold they are.
Is there one kind of blanket that's better, or ones that you need to avoid?
So the ones that you want are the ones that you can wrap really tight and close to them, so that they are swaddled. You just don't want anything bulky around their face or anywhere and you certainly don't want it in their cribs with them, because of fire risk and obviously for SIDS risk. Okay,
we've talked about the good. You mentioned fire. Let's talk about the bad, Jason.
So, I mean, wintertime brings high fire dangers, especially when we're talking about kids and infants. You know, people want to keep their kids warm, so they will put extra space heaters in their rooms. They have all kinds of electronic things plugged in to entertain the babies and light the rooms. And we've just got to make sure that we don't overload those outlets. You know, one plug for one device is kind of the motto that we like to use.
All because it comes with 10 plugs doesn't mean that you have to use all 10. But there is technology involved in terms of that help out a little bit. So if something does short out, it shuts off the whole thing, right?
Absolutely. These have circuit breakers in them. So if something happens to one plug, it's going to kill that whole unit. If you're going to plug 10 things in, I'd rather you plug 10 things into that than 10 things into
an
two
extension
plugs
cord
that have extension cords running all over the room, because that is for sure a fire hazard, and that's the best way to ruin any kind of winter holiday.
You've answered a lot of those calls, Jason, throughout the years, and we noticed, like, again, the weather that's going to roll in on Thursday. You guys get those calls?
We get them all the time. It's year after year after year. People plug in their holiday decorations. They want to minimize, you know, how many plugs they're using, because they want to use all their outlets. So they just plug things in end to end. And if you overload that stuff, all that creates heat, and that heat is either going to go into your walls, or it's going to go into your Christmas trees or your other decorations.
All right. On a positive note, where can we go to get more information to take care of our kiddos?
InfantRisk.com would love to help you with any kind of information that you need to keep your kiddos safe.
All right. Head over there and literally get plugged in the right way. Dr. Baker, thank you. Jason, good to see you. We've got more Studio 4 coming up after this.